How you feeling? You seem a little stronger. Do you want to try and stand?
I can't. Why don't you just do the first option, drive somewhere, call 911?
I don't think so.
Why not? You clearly can't stand me. I mean, the feeling is very mutual, so why don't you just call emergency services, have someone pick me up, and we can forget this whole thing ever happened.
That's not how you work.
Excuse me, how I work?
Yeah. You're paranoid. You ran me down with the car, and you somehow convinced yourself that it was my fault. So if I leave you here, assuming that you don't, get lost in the woods, you're going to go running to your uncle, the police commissioner, and then claim that you were kidnapped, which is ridiculous, and there won't be a shred of proof, but he'll feel obligated to pursue it because you're his sweet little niece. And no doubt you'll get Patrick involved, and I'd rather just skip all of that drama. So we'll wait until you're strong enough, okay? And we'll leave together.
Forensics won't be in for a few days, but based on initial reports, the PCPD is calling this an accident.
Lana was Lisa's head nurse. It's not coincidence that she wound up dead the same day that Robin went missing.
I'm not defending Lisa.
Well, you haven't fired her yet, have you?
We have had this conversation, Patrick. She is an excellent physician. I can't just recommend that she be removed without a valid reason.
You want valid reason? She broke into my house. She cut Robin's face out of our wedding photo. She took my daughter without permission. Hey, listen to me. She jumped in front of Robin's car and made it look like Robin was trying to kill her. Now she's missing.
It's clear. Lisa is hung up on you. But trying to wreck your marriage is a far cry
And
from
what if
murder.
you're wrong? What if Lisa's trying to kill Robin?
He's fallen out of love with himself since he got involved with you. You've somehow convinced him that he wasn't worthy. That he needed to become someone smaller and sadder. Someone like you.
It just kills you, doesn't it? That Patrick loves me. And that all your stories about the good old days and NASCAR and sex against the wall means nothing to Patrick. You've carried around these stories like they were some sort of holy grail, but Patrick, well, he's moved on with his life, so maybe you should try that.
I don't think you ever grew up. I think you were always old. I think you were just always this old little lady judging everyone around you, scolding them if they don't live up to your standards of excellence and decorum. And I have to admit that when I first came to Port Charles, it mystified me. Why everyone defers to you. It's like, where does this authority come from? I mean, how did you get on a pedestal so high that you feel qualified to look down on everybody else?
Maybe you feel looked down upon because you're a slut who's been trying to seduce a married man.
It's an ordinary sin, Robin. Okay, it happens all the time. People work together. They get a little too familiar. One thing happens and an affair ends up manifesting. Right? Yes, it's uncomfortable, but it is not the end of the world. Unless, of course, the scorned wife is the sainted Robin Scorpio. And that's what raises a garden variety infidelity to the level of grand tragedy. Because you have HIV. Which, of course, is the answer to the mystery that I just mentioned. Why everyone defers to you. And now that I think of it, that's how you got Patrick in the first place.
Why don't you try to rest?
So that's what happened, isn't it? Patrick found out you had HIV, but by that time it was too late.
Patrick knew that I was HIV positive long before we ever slept together.
Yeah, but not before he hit on you. Am I right? Because we both know how much Patrick loves a challenge, and you with your snotty little attitude is like a red flag for him. I mean, he had to just flirt with you and get you to sleep with him, and then once he started, he couldn't back down when he found out that you had HIV. I mean, that would be bigoted. Prejudice.
You are so sick. And I have to say, it is fascinating to sit here and listen to you desperately try to rationalize something that is so simple and so clear. Patrick and I love each other. That's it. He loves me like he never loved you, Lisa.
Well, all I can say is that loving you doesn't appear to be much fun for Patrick.
Well, all I can say is you don't know him anymore. Patrick has a family now, and all you've tried to do is destroy that. My God, you kidnapped our daughter.
Okay. Where do you come up with this, Robin? Okay, I took Emma for ice cream. Right? I asked the babysitter's permission. Right? There was nothing dangerous about it at all. I even borrowed my friend's car seat.
And what, my HIV meds just magically disappeared? My locker trashed itself?
Well, apparently mine did.
No, you trashed it. Just like you boiled my daughter's toy, just like you stole my HIV meds.
Okay. Hypothetically speaking, just for the sake of argument, what if I did steal your HIV meds? I mean, so what? I mean, it's not like they're irreplaceable. I mean, it's a very common prescription. You just go to the pharmacy and you get a refill. I mean, yes, you losing your meds, it was an inconvenience, a minor irritation, but it is not the end of the world, Robin. Why does everything have to be such a big drama for you? It's like you turning my trip for ice cream with Emma into a kidnapping. Although, you know what? You have to find some way to keep Patrick's attention. It's too bad for Emma.
What does that mean?